One of the biggest questions that I'm ever asked is, who is the greatest driver of all time? The main contenders would be
Michael Schumacher,
Ayrton Senna,
Fangio, Jack Stewart,
Alain Prost.
difficult to answer. Michael Schumacher's won 7 World Championships.
For anyone, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat that record, I think.
Juan Manuel Fangio from Argentina, 5 World Championships. Alain Prost, 4 World Championships. Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton, myself, 3 World Championships. But I'm not sure that World Championships are the only answer.
I think the quickest is Michael Schumacher at the time.
Gilles Villeneuve, was a legend. He was extremely quick. I think everyone in Formula One is a very quick race driver and knows what he's doing. But some guys had something extra, something that maybe the people love.
Senna, many people would say, was the best racing driver in the world. Charismatic. And when he died, the world mourned.
He was, amazing in terms of when he was in the cockpit, out of the cockpit, obviously very powerful.
His sort of persona, I think, was the thing that made him special. He seemed to kind of bestride that era.
He conveyed everything to everybody, and he was a class apart, so that's why I call him the greatest.
For me, he had too many accidents. Fangio seldom had an accident. Jim Clark seldom collided with anybody.
Well, someday you're going to win this race, and you say, well, first I have to finish it. It seems to be the same problem. Yeah, I still haven't made it.
The main criteria for me is that, did they always drive just with the winning team? For example, Schumacher driving for Ferrari, he had no competition at that time in comparison to other great drivers.
Schumacher's greatest contribution to motor racing, in my mind, was getting Ferrari, who were down, and racing needs Ferrari, got a couple of brilliant engineers from England. With his talent and the engineers, he built Ferrari back up to where it should be.
You've got to have the know-how to go to the best mechanics, the best entrants, the best engineers and the best designers. Fangio knew how to do that because he jumped from Alfa Romeo to Ferrari to Maserati to Mercedes-Benz and back to Ferrari again. The batting average is important.
But they were under different circumstances.
I think it's very difficult to compare across eras. It's almost like trying to compare a modern fighter pilot with a World War II fighter pilot.
It would be very, very interesting to see how Fangio would go in nowadays, in today's F1, which is very different because there's so much more technology in it now and so much more all the electronics and everything, and that would be nice to see.
At each era, you bring out different people who are of that era, and they have to shine brighter than all the others.
But it's more than just driving a racing car. There's got to be a bit of style involved. There's got to be good manners involved. There's got to be something called charisma that comes somehow or other from something you're gifted with. So therefore, there's more to it than immediately meets the eye.